Hey folks, welcome to Carl's Off the Grid. This year has been a screwed up year as far as deer hunting is concerned. Earlier in the year, I sat all early season archery at a spot that's notorious for producing huge bucks. And I was only able to get one decent buck. And I never harvested the huge deer that I wanted. And then I'll show you a clip of that right here. So this is my first morning sit. I didn't even get to turn the camera on really in time, but I just sat down and it happened that quick. All right, and then for rifle season, I was only able to get off for opening day, and it was amazing. I passed on 2 or 3 decent 8-pointers, but this year I told myself if I can't harvest a real bruiser, mature deer, a trophy type buck, like I did last year, and I'll show you a clip of that right here.
All right, there's definitely no ground shrinkage on this guy. Look at the size of that body. I can't believe that I'm fortunate enough to harvest this deer.
Then instead, what I was gonna do is go back to my younger years of back when we only got a deer, you know, once every few years, and I'm gonna hit the big woods. And that's what this video is going to be about. You're not going to believe what happens to me on this hunt. Guys, you're going to want to see a fluke that happened at a big buck that I shot at. And I wasn't going to publish this video, but the fluke alone is well worth it to me. And that made my hunt a real success. All right, folks, I finally got to my hunting spot. It was snowing like a son of a gun. We got about 6 inches of fresh snow, and that should help deaden the noise of me walking in. It's the first morning of the hunt for me, and yeah, I wanted to kind of do a spot and stalk, and I'll be looking for tracks, and we'll see what we can find inside there. I know on the camera it looks brighter than what it really is, but we are at legal shooting hours right now. So let's head into the woods and see what today brings. Okay, the spot that I chose to hunt, I've hunted here years ago. It's a small funnel between 2 cedar swamps, and I'll give you a look here at what I'm hunting. I'm up out of both of the swamps. I don't want to go in there because it's bedding area, and the deer will transition throughout the day from one swamp to the other swamp that's a little bit more healthy to eat. So here, let's take a look. I'm up on a ridge, and down there is one swamp, and then the other swamp is just the other side of the ridge there. It's 11 o'clock and I just had my first 2 doe walk through. Nothing else happening. All right, guys, this is the stuff only legends are made of. This story is gonna live on forever. As you know, I sat out this morning. All that I saw was 2 doe, and I went to a spot that was pretty hot back when I was a kid, and a little depressed because it started to rain, and the trees are dripping all the snow off them. And I thought, well, I'm gonna go out and dry out at the cabin. And I get about maybe 25 yards away from the truck, and there is laying next to my truck one of the biggest Florence County 10-pointers that I've seen. Now, I've shot big deer back at home, so this deer is not by any means even close to them, but for the county, this thing is huge. And I put my bead on him, and he's laying there looking at me, and have my bead right at the white patch on his throat. I squeeze the trigger on my black powder gun, and the gun goes poof, and he stands up, looks at me, and his antler fell off. Unreal. So, you can see the blood still on it. You can't make this crap up. So he is off my list. He got up, and I trailed him for about 1.5 miles and didn't have any blood other than occasional just little tiny light colored drip, and I'm sure that that's from the antler that fell off. What are the chances of that? I can't believe it. So, all right, we are going to go ahead, and I'm going to go into town and get new black powder, and we're going to come back out. I'm glad this happened on my first day hunting. I use that Jim Shockey gold. The stuff is really clean. It doesn't leave any residue inside the gun. If you guys have any favorite black powder pellets, let me know. I love this stuff because I could literally shoot 100 shots out of the gun and it would never get dirty. But when COVID came in, I bought the last bottle I could find, and it's already 4 or 5 years old, whatever the heck it is. And I can't find the stuff anymore. So let me know what you shoot that's clean burning, and we're gonna head back to the cabin. Pretty cool. Would have been a nice buck to have on the wall. Just gonna have Bush's baked beans, burger, which I got some Montreal seasoning already put on there, and we'll throw that on the wood burning stove. And probably we're burning pretty hot. About 5 minutes, that burger should be done. All right, burger's coming along good. We're just gonna go ahead and put a little Montreal on there and let that go for maybe another minute or two, and we should be done. That's one of the cool things that I really enjoy about being at the cabin is boy, you can multi-purpose everything. We've got the furnace that's heating us is also cooking our food. It is Tuesday, December 10th, second last day of black powder. I've been out here all morning, and it's roughly about 16 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm freezing my nuts off. So I think we are going to give it till 11 today, and if I don't see anything moving, I'm gonna head back to the cabin and warm up a little bit, and we'll put an evening hunt in on my property. All right, guys, this is Wednesday. It's the final day of black powder. I didn't post anything yesterday because I hunted by my property, and right now we got the wolves are in there again. So I didn't see anything, and today it's a kind of a long shot, but I moved out to public hunting, and I'm sitting on top of a huge ridge where on either side of me is a valley, and I can see off each sides of these ridge down into the bottoms. So we'll see if the deer will move through there. Right now it's about 16 degrees Fahrenheit, and we've got a light snow going on right now. So we'll see what it brings. With a little bit of luck, hopefully we see something. This is when you know it's cold. I took this Mountain Dew out, and I've had it out for maybe about a minute and a half, and she's froze. So down in there, that's a real heavy marsh, and it's real wet. And this part here, the camera doesn't show it as much as it is, but this is a big ridge, and then you'll see the drop off, and there's a wet marsh down in there. So we should be able to hear anything long before it comes over this way. We have dry snow underneath a crust of wet snow. That's real crunchy, and then it's dry snow on top, and unfortunately you can hear everything about 2 blocks away before it gets to you. It's about 4 hours after the last time I talked to you, and I had 2 little fawns bust me. They're probably about 400 yards away, and the wind is swirling around here, and it made it to Ridgetop where they were at, and they got me. But right now my ears are frozen, my fingers are frozen, my toes are frozen, and I'm loving it. If you ever want to know what it's like to really be alive and you're kind of numb to the everyday life, I challenge you to get out here and sit on one of these ridge tops and let this frigid air blow on you. And right now I am living life. Whereas my good friend Ranger Reno would say, I'm living large. It's about 2 o'clock. I'm going to give it 2 hours before I head in. I've got about a 3-mile walk, and it gets dark at about 4:26. And I don't want to be stuck out here for the night. I could make it, but temperatures are supposed to drop below 0, and we got a snowstorm coming in. And the fact of the matter is, I need to find my tracks to get back out here, because everything is kind of overgrown since the last time I was out here, maybe about 10 years ago. So, all right, if I see a deer or anything, I'll turn you guys back on, but I just wanted to post a little update. All right, so just a quick recap of yesterday. On the way back to the cabin, the equipment froze up and I wasn't able to record my stock, but I did stock up on a group of doe. And when I was glassing them to see if any were buck, I started to kind of second guess myself with how strange this year's been, and everything, you know, the way it's been going on. I wondered if maybe some of them weren't bucks and they just hadn't already dropped their antlers. Very unusual in Wisconsin to have the deer drop their antlers this early. I don't know if they were stressed out from, you know, running the rut or what it would have been, but it was a very unique situation. So I figured this video is still good enough. You know, I'm going to publish it because there's a lot that happened, and for my regular viewers, I want you guys to be aware of what's happening around the cabin. We had a phenomenal archery season. If you haven't seen my archery video, we ended up taking two decent Wisconsin bucks. My niece shot one, I shot the other. And opportunity was there, but like I said earlier in the video, the reason I came up to the big woods is I wanted to experience the special feeling that you have here. And if you've never hunted big woods, you know, it's something you got to try. Your success rate is a lot less than if you're in agricultural land or if you're in the lower part of the state. You know, you got all the predators up here, the bears and the wolves and everything else that's tearing into the deer herd. But it's a lot more challenging and it's a lot more rewarding when you finally do connect on that big buck. So this winter, I don't know how much time I'm going to spend at the cabin. We've got a couple things going on in our lives. We got another grandbaby was born, and different things, personal things that are happening. But we'll make it up here from time to time. Otherwise, we'll be right back at it in spring. So, all right, I'm going to quick load up my stuff. Unfortunately, I got to get home and do a couple things around the house before I go back to work. So we'll catch you next time on Carl's Off the Grid.